Heyo everybody, Haku here with my review for Toaru Majutsu no Index, Season 3, Episode 10. So, for this one, sorry if I'm recording this a bit late and I look kind of a mess. But yeah, my last recording session, my voice wouldn't get going and it still doesn't sound right to me. But either way, let's talk about Index 3, Episode 10. So, this probably shouldn't be my favorite so far, my favorite episode this season so far, but I feel like this episode might be because I don't know what it is. We've had so many important things happening, but so many episodes have felt like rather than telling a story, they tell a recap of a story. It feels sort of like I don't know how to put it. Like, there's a lot that's happening off screen. We're getting a lot of just dialogue thrown at us to explain things rather than to show it, and we're rushing through things at a super fast speed. But this one felt like it actually just told a story, and I really, really liked that. It felt good. It felt like probably how the rest of the show should feel. But I came into this with having kind of problems with how rushed the pacing is, and so I was like coming into this episode unsure about the season, and the episode was so good that it quickly turned me around on it. So I think when it comes to remembering episodes fondly, I think when I think back on this season, this is probably going to be one of the most memorable episodes for me. So we start at the beginning, which, the first few scenes I was really iffy on this episode, and then it just turned me completely around on it. But we have some cute Itsuwa stuff at the beginning. We have Kaori talking with the Night Leader, and again, all that felt like it jumped way ahead. It skipped things we should have seen or known, and it just felt like it was paced weirdly. It felt like there was no transition from what happened last episode to what happened this episode. We have Toma and Misaka meeting, and again, their meeting was just kind of, I don't know, it didn't feel very compelling. I don't know what it was about it, but it didn't feel awkward as in the characters were supposed to feel awkward with one another. It felt awkward in the way it didn't seem like a normal conversation or anything. But then it all turns around when Tsuchimikado calls Toma to go to Britain. They get the knockout gas, and it's because England is in emergency need of Index, and everything on the plane was great. And also just being on the plane, as far as anime goes, it's a very unique and different setting, so I liked it for that too. But the guy on the plane we see needs into this random compartment that Toma found, and I think the reason that it burst out the way it did was because of the Imagine Breaker brushing up against it or whatever. But there was all of that, and we find out it's a terrorist attack. It's technically not a hijacking, I guess, because they weren't trying to take over the plane, they were just trying to destroy it, but still. So the terrorists' idea is to cut off access to England, and we find out later on that they're basically trying to get revenge for France, pretty much. So yeah, there's a bunch of stuff going on that's being explained. It's not super duper compelling, but and I think it's because it's being explained mostly through just characters telling us what's happened in a very vague and quick format, to where most of the time I'm watching, I'm like, I can't keep up with all of this. So Index finds the guy out as Toma finds out about it being a terrorist thing, and the guy starts choking out Index. Toma gets into a fight, and I really like all of that sequence. The action was really, really good. Also, in the previous 4 seasons of Toaru that I have watched, I've never really found Index that attractive or cute. She was very much probably one of the blandest characters in the entire series. This is the first time that I've legitimately found Index really, really cute. So I liked that too. I like the action. We learned that Laura's using illusions to trick them into landing, and if it blows up, it blows up. The general thing is that they need Index. They don't really care so much about the passengers. At least Laura doesn't. And I like how the night guys like saying that she's terrible because of it. But the terrorist forces them to stay in the air, which actually keeps them kind of alive, so it actually kind of works out for them. Laura sends out Style. We finally get to see him getting involved with the main story here, a little bit at least. But after the terrorist is taken down, we learn that Toma figures it out because he's just child genius Toma here in high school, that he had an ally in the cargo hold. So that's when we learned the plan is the revenge on Britain stuff. Style comes in for the save, which was actually really cool and really brutal. So I loved that entire scene, and Style's one of my favorite characters. And then at the end, we see the group from the opening, and their character designs are really, really cool, so I'm really excited to see them. And apparently they are going to attack Britain. So yeah, the episode started off kind of iffy with me with those first few scenes, but then once Uchimikado calls Toma and we get into the plane stuff, everything on the plane was really unique and interesting, and I really like the action behind it and everything. So could it have been paced out a little bit more, like everything this season? Sure, but I thought this was good for an episode. Felt like the episode told a story throughout the entirety of it, and that was good. It told a story. So yeah, also hype for that group of characters, that group of girls that are coming in next week. We see them in the promo for next week, and it looks like maybe the Royals from the opening. I don't know. So that'll be cool if we get into all of that. So I'd give it 9. I put like 9 hijackings out of 10, but it's technically not really a hijacking, but just 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed this one. Like I said, I think it's going to be one of the more memorable episodes for me, just because it is unique. You don't really see an anime episode or anime in general set on a plane very often. And in addition to that, I thought all the action and mystery of them trying to figure out who it was and stuff was really, really good. I'd like to see more stuff like that. So, yeah, guess that's it. I'm excited for what we're getting into, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Like if you did like the video. Comment down there to tell me what you thought of the episode and what you thought of my thoughts on it. Subscribe for more. Toaru Majutsu no Index, much more on the channel. Gonna be continuing to review this and Tensei Shitara Slimed Out again into the next core next season. And Zombieland Saga is going to be ending. And once Zombieland Saga ends, I'm actually going to be replacing it with 3 shows. I wasn't expecting so many from this season to be 2 core. But once Zombieland Saga ends, I know for sure next season, the 3 that I'm very highly expecting myself to review weekly are what was it? Fukigen no Mononoke N2, because I saw I reviewed the first season week to week, so I figure I should do the second one. In addition to that, Shingeki no Bahamut Minaria Friends, because I love the Shingeki no Bahamut franchise. And there was a third one that I was sure... Oh, obviously The Promised Neverland. I have got to watch that and review it week to week. So I'll be talking about those 3 coming next season. But follow on Twitter if you want. I can try to keep you updated there and stuff for the channel. Or talk to you there if you want. And if you want a link to our Discord server to talk to me or more of us about this show or anything else, just ask and I can give you a link to the server. But that's it. Thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.